It's time for Leathered Podcast.
Leathered boys are all under one roof again. It's been a while. We've had a couple of sessions where I've missed. We've had a couple of sessions that Chris has missed. Just one session. And then, well, we're now back in our home. And we've had a good couple of weeks, haven't we? You were in Dublin, out with the pizza, causing chaos in Ireland, eh?
It was good.
He's a good guy.
It's a good weekend.
Aye.
How was ACDC, mate, at the point? Because they're obviously getting older. And I've seen a few clips and they don't look great. And it's one of these bands where it's like, I would like to see ACDC before it becomes too late. But when I look at them, I'm like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm looking at them thinking,
oh, really?
I think that's their last ever.
Aye.
It was the last one of this tour, but I seen them like 2015, nearly 10 years ago at Hampden. And it was one of the best gigs ever, but at Croke Park was a bit different. Obviously, Croke Park's like the GA stadium for an island. Obviously, it's massive over there. Can hold like, I think that can hold like 80-odd thousand.
Were they not talking about having like an MMA show on there with McGregor?
I think McGregor was wanting to fight in there. But the setup at Croke Park was a bit fucked. With like the toilets in the bar and all that. And you're in a rough scheme. It's just like, the scheme's there, then it's joint onto the stadium basically, man. So it was quite hard to get to at one point. And there was just a wee guy standing outside. He was like fucking Vinnie Jones in Lockstock with two golf clubs. Just a wee boy just standing in the street. Everybody's trying again. He's just like, he must have just stayed right in that house. Like he's all fucking pissing my war or something. That I mean, guy was about fucking 10 or something. I'm like, you guys got a club some cunt. But the gig was great, man. Like Brian Johnson had a thing. I think he had sung up his voice for a while there, man. He was ready to pack it in, and they brought in like Alec Hingme for Guns N' Roses. Do you know about this?
Aye, that was a few years back.
That's because Brian Johnson's voice was fucked. I thought he had throat cancer, but I don't think he had. But you can tell he's still not hitting me like classic AC/DC. But Angus Young, man, like I think he was born in Glasgow, but like they moved to Australia or some shit like that. But which weird, they didn't do like another Scottish show. But man, he counts about 80 or 70 or something, and he's doing like 20-minute solos. He's cell and all that. He's got the crowd.
See the thing is,
loving it, know what I mean?
Plus
he's a wee old man.
I know, that's what I was going to say. They dress him up and he looks like a wee old man in like a suit.
Harry Potter or something, know what I mean?
But in his head, he's not old. He's still going to be like...
But it was like banger after banger, and it was class.
They've got hit after hit. Who was the support?
The support was is it the lead girl for Gossip Girl? Pretty Visitors, something like that. No, she's an actress for Gossip Girl. That's all I knew. But I didn't go. I was in a pub, tasting the old Guinness,
relaxing.
I had a few Guinnesses.
It tastes much better there, doesn't it?
They're not quite high in calories actually. Guinness, you think because they're thick, but they're not.
It's like a meal as well.
A lot of iron in them. Had a great weekend. Done a wee swim sauna at the Irish Sea, which was
called the sea sauna or something.
So you're swimming in the sea, and then you're coming in, going in the sauna for 15 minutes, back into the sea. It was like
feeling good after
8 in the morning. You're fresh, you're ready to go. Done a session at Team KF, which is run by Chris Fields. Fucking mat full of studs. We done like just over under position, and just like rounds, like 6 rounds, different guy every round. You get all the guys who want to go with, you know what I mean? Like,
of course.
You know,
you're the visitor.
Aye. Plus it's their gym, so you're just like, you're not getting nothing.
You know, in Talon, isn't it?
That's in Swords.
Swords,
aye. Obviously, Pizza Carroll. Sorry, shout out to Pizza, but he picked it. He was fucking. He done everything for us, man.
His boots are absolute belters. you were ripping them. I was like, I would love a pair of them.
You would rock him. So like basically, Pizza, he was like my chauffeur. Man, he just picked us up for the airport, took us for breakfast, took us to the coast, took us to the gym. It was brilliant. Like obviously, I was like, you don't need to do this, but I think he was just happy to get the house, man. To be fair, so he says.
Does he like a bit of the chaos?
He does like a pint of a screamy, what they call it, a creamy screamer or there. Creamy screamers, like fucking Guinness.
Yeah, is that what they call it? A creamy screamer?
So he would end up meeting up him at night. Where he took us to Walsh's bar in is it Scottyburn or something like that? He's like one of the best pubs in Dublin. We walked it for we were staying. We were staying at Kilmaine in jail, and the Hilton right next door to the jail. And we walked to this pub. It was like 20 minutes, And it was like, you couldn't really see anybody until we got to this pub, and then inside this pub was like fucking 300 people. And it was like bouncing.
Live
Is that
music as
jail
well.
a museum now, aye?
Yep.
And you can go round it?
Yeah.
Did you go round it, aye?
No, it was sold out the full weekend.
Aye. It's very popular,
Aye. It's it's a national treasure, isn't it, basically?
Aye. Well, they did a lot of the
Fine line and stuff like that.
executions there, aye.
So this pub was bouncing, live music, got the Man United game on, met one of Pete's pals. I was like, listen, I'm going to go home, right, because
This will get out of hand, doesn't it?
I'm enjoying myself too much here. I'm going to go, I'm going to walk home, I'm going to have a wank, and I'm going to go to my bed, know what I mean? That's it. That's what every guy should do if he's maybe got a fight coming up or something. So I'll let fucking...
Post-nut clarity.
I'll let Dale on that fucking... He had a good time with Pete and other pals. Peter. So I'll tell you a funny story actually, man. So we're in Walshy's, right? We're at the Windy. The wee legend that just the place is jumping, but you can see it on the road, and there's like you can see across the road, and there's like there are houses above whatever was across the road, other bars or pub shops, whatever. But you know what I mean? There's a woman at the tap windy, right? I say tap windy, middle. You can see that in the windy. Of course, she's got like her washing basket out. Of course, she's wearing the skimpiest 90 of your life. We're all just looking up like that. Aye. She must have been folding this same bit of clothing for about an hour or 2 or solid, with a point where everybody's just looking up like trying to count up like
Pete and Tom's.
So you work out on the other side, what, don't you, chap?
Aye. But she was meaning it, man. Right, the nips are out everything. Man, she's been folding that bed sheet for like an hour, man. And then guys are going outside to have their fag, and they're like, "What's fucking going on up there?" It was funny, man. Everybody was just sitting fucking taking bets on what she was folding next, and all. It was funny. But aye, Dublin was brilliant. Obviously the gig was class as well. Had a great Sunday as well, and just bounced home and back to work for Monday, sparring, and it was great.
Let you out 2 weeks on Saturday.
2 weeks, aye.
It's here.
It's getting close, getting skinny. But
You're looking
I'm
lean,
flying, man.
so.
Like, seeing the gym, I'm flying.
How are the other guys in the gym? Because you've got a few guys in the gym. You've got, am I right in saying Igor, Ryan, Jordan, and Michael?
Aye, there are 5 is on the card.
Good.
Obviously, Holland and Havoc, which Ross is on Saturday. There's like 10 of the guys on.
So it's basically everybody. in
Everybody's
the gym
fighting.
has
Aye.
got
It's
a
a big-
common purpose.
It's a big couple of weeks.
Fighting within the
Aye,
next
it's
month.
a big couple
That's
of
good.
weeks for the guys. So, but Cage Warriors, man, it's just I just can't wait to get it out done. Me now, I'm getting to that stage of camp. You're just like, I'm
Will
ready
you
to
have
go.
another one before the year's out?
Aye, I'm looking at November, Newcastle. I
Are they
don't know.
doing a tournament? Are they doing the 50k tournament?
I don't know. They're doing a Newcastle show. I don't know if they're doing a prize fight on it or not. I don't even know if I'll be on it. But
Newcastle's a great venue, mate.
my next goal for Cage Wars, I'd like to fight either in Rome or the San Diego card. Like I want one of the 2 cards. Just
Travel and get somebody
Graham
else
or
to do
Ian
that.
Dean just sort it out. Like, I mean, I'd transfer like the prize fighter for a gig in Rome or a gig in San Diego,
Oh, definitely.
or have the prize fighter in Rome and I'll fight in it. Then 2 birds with 1 stone. But
Makes sense.
aye, I'm looking forward to this fight. Like, the guy's quite tough, so it should be an interesting first round anyway. But I think when I really get my hands on him, I think I'll do a bit of damage and put him away.
And it's the guys that are coming to the show, are they in for a treat with a walkout? Or you keep it? Because I seen Cage Warriors had made a post. They posted each
Aye.
walkout, and then they were like, can't wait to see a Chris Bungard walkout. And I was like, what's happening
There's
here?
a few few ideas anyway.
But nothing set in stone at the moment.
You've got enough distractions, though.
Aye. I'm obviously I'm focused on getting around, but there is talk about maybe music, maybe somebody playing some music, or the thing we spoke about the last time, like the entrance. But realistically, I kind of just
fights.
want to focus on just winning, man. Winning's just
Paramount,
this means a lot to me. This one, so win, and then we can
deal
enjoy
with
ourselves.
it. Deal with whatever else comes to it. Also, the Cage Warriors have sorted out the whole issue with the bar situation, I heard.
Yep.
So there's no, if you're coming as a fan, you're not going to have the issue of missing fights because you're too busy queuing. So that's going to make the venue so much more happier, because I felt like there was a bit of, like, before you come out, it was a bit like the fans, half them were away out. There was more people standing outside at one point, and
Just a delay.
I think that probably comes with, like, I don't think ticket sales are doing too good, so I think they're like, right, we need to help this year, and a lot of people did complain about the bar, so I think they're on top of this. So,
and it's obviously going to be like a few weeks away. The weather in Scotland isn't great as it was, because it was a nice day. It was a nice day that for the Cage Warriors. You imagine pulling all the guys outside to stand in the piss and rain?
Aye.
That sounds like a shit day for me.
Also, I don't know if you spoke about it last week. Did you speak about the Sean Clancy?
Sorry, can you hear that? I'm just trying to move this down. Aye, so we'd mentioned that Sean was in the prize fighter, but they're coming to Glasgow and they're not putting Sean in the actual.
Remember us like they're not going to no put him in.
I know,
and obviously it's a draw.
It's a draw.
I honestly did think, I know I work for the company, but I thought they would have rigged it. I thought they would have like Sean's like the hot ball, like that's a hot ball, that'll be Sean. But I don't know, man. It was a weird one. It was a weird one because
I was in training with Sean today. He said it pissed him off at the time because it's a lot of money and a great opportunity for a young fighter. You imagine being 22 and having the opportunity to fight for 50 grand, and the kid loves fighting, and then it's been taken away from him. So they've dangled this carrot, taken away from him, and I get it. It's in his hometown, and now rather than him being on the main slot or even the main card, he's now on the prelims.
He's got to be on there because
and I'm like,
part of the tournament.
So we were training the day, but he's super focused and he's ready. It's this thing where it's like everything starts to dial in now. Also, we'd PFL in the gym today. So there's a few guys
filming for 28th.
His PFL's a few weeks after.
Has Dylan got a fight on it yet?
I don't think so. I never really spoke to him about it, but I know he didn't have one. Like the last time I spoke to him about it.
Hissy and that's on it.
I know, I'm not insulting Hissy at all, but who? A Brian Hislop.
Brian Hislop. He's not fought in about 12
7 years, man. Aye, it's been a while. It was like it was a prospect when we were coming up.
Aye.
And
Dylan.
I think Dylan will probably get one eventually. Yeah.
Aye. So there was obviously a few.
I think they're just trying to fire all the Scottish people in and just tap to bottom Scotland doing it, which has to be to try and sell
tickets. I know that, but then I imagine they'll just pull it down. But there's talk of them coming back again. They're looking at coming back by the end of the year.
By the end of this year,
yes, and going to the Lagoon Centre, which I think is a much better opportunity. You're either going to. Like, I think
that would probably sell it.
Aye, Braehead's a brilliant. Braehead's a brilliant event for MMA. I think if you've got the numbers and you've got somebody that can open it or somebody that can sell it out, and I think if you're not hitting Braehead, then I think the Lagoon Centre's perfect.
Aye, I would agree with that. I was going to say something. Aye, so the thing with Sean, like a lot of people like Stoomboy, like I stand with Sean in high level. Like, what do you mean you stand with him? There's no as if they're boycotting it. Like Sean's got a job today. He's still got a 7-0.
He'll still be out there ready to fight in Day's job. That's the thing.
You still need to support him. You still need to show up. And, like, he's still young in his career. He's only like 3-0 or 4-0. So I'm like, it's not like the end of the world as well.
He's going to get plenty of chances to make 50 grand.
If he wins, he's still there. He still needs to win.
I know.
And fight anyway.
He gets a win against a guy that's 7-0 coming for the US. Then he's in the line here getting a title.
Exactly.
So I don't see it like.
Got to take the good fit.
I don't see it being a
I've seen people like, I was going to buy, I'm not buying tickets. I'm like, but he's still fighting.
He's still fighting.
He's still on it. Like, buy a ticket for him, show his support, and like back him still. So some of the comments were annoying me. I'm just like,
I saw some mad ones as well, and some people who should know better saying things like you said, the Stoomboy wants to do it for me, and I love Stoomboy, but to write that, I was just like, what are we doing here?
You can't be trying to boycott fucking promotions because
which we absolutely need.
Because other Scottish guys still give Stoomboy their time as well that are on the card, the other 10 Scottish guys. So maybe Stoomboy, you will not be needed at Holland Havoc, bro.
I've got loads of time for Stoomboy. I like him.
But he's just been sacked for Holland Havoc.
So
you just well then.
Did you manage to catch the fights of the weekend? Did you watch them live?
No, I watched all the prelims until the main card, and then I fell asleep.
How nice was it? At a normal.
To
be fair though, we were falling asleep.
The big man. So we were in Vegas watching this, and we managed to get a good stream. My man Greg hooked us up. We ended up pulling the 2 couches over and had this like, it was cool. We set up big TV. We're all sitting there. We're all having a good chat.
Little Caesars pizza.
Yes, and they kept posting this advert of Little Caesars pizza. It was a thin crisp one. I was like, that looks fucking good, doesn't it, boys? And I think, did you jump to the shops?
I went to the shop, aye.
He'd went to the shops, I think Doug the Thug went with you.
Mind we saw the like pure fucking police with like the cowboy hats on with the cunts pulled over and that. I was like, what the fuck is this place?
So me and I think it was just us two in it, and I was like, yeah, that looks fucking good down. And he's like, aye, I mean, you want to get one? So we ended up picking our Uber Eats. They brought this pizza. We got chicken wings, and we ended up just sitting having like a proper American watch along party. And I was like, it'd been cool to do like a live watch along, but some of the actual chat between us and the guys went a bit fucking.
That's what I said. We would have to just sit there and
no talk about anything.
We're being recorded to watch what you're saying.
Was this in the house?
This was in the.
How did you hook it up? Did you just use your fight
I
pass
just
and hook it to the telly?
Computer. He used a stream, and he just cast it on the TV. We all had a good time. Had a few beers. But the show was good, wasn't it? It was a really, really good show.
I liked the Drickus fight, mate. Drickus getting pure shit thrown at him, but I was
he's getting shit for why?
Because saying he's the most awkward fucking. But then his style shit.
But it doesn't matter.
How does he beat everyone?
I think he's one of these guys that's good everywhere. Right. Like he's no amazing. Like
he mixes everything up.
When you think strikers like Izzy, he's striking like he beat an absolute one-ray Adesanya. That's the best I've seen Adesanya come in. The way he was moving, the way he was striking, the kicks, everything was crisp.
I thought even his feints were brilliant. Adesanya's feints, you see him like bringing that leg forward.
Takedown defence was great. And I think the only time he was taken down was
when he was running away.
When Drickus was just clipping his heel, like basically beat wee guy trippy uppy. And I thought he'd done everything perfectly. But that's MMA for you. Everything's going your way until it's no going your way.
That's the thing. It went so wrong for him so quick.
I know.
Like it's
really quick.
Aye, just like
kind of. It brings back to the thing about DDP. He's good everywhere, not outstanding everywhere. Like I'm not thinking like, right, he's a great wrestler, or he's a great jiu-jitsu practitioner. He's just good everywhere.
He's definitely messy. Like
aye,
but it works for him.
Chaos.
He's undefeated in the UFC still, so like he's doing fucking something right.
No.
But the one that looked like somebody shoved him in the back, you see that one? A ghost shoved him in the back, and he's like, he stumbled forward, like he's trying to throw punches. It looked funny.
See, the thing is, it is because see when he swings everything into it, and then it looks like he misses and he looks clumsy as hell. But see when he flings everything forward and catches and does so much damage with his hands being so heavy, it changes the game of a fight. Going for being like, I think we gave it a draw the first round, didn't we?
Yes.
We were sitting and we said, could go either way with this kind of way. But in the second and the third, Izzy was just popping him, moving, looking great.
But the judges gave those rounds to DDP.
Did they?
Aye. So they weren't, it was like all Adesanya's work where he was just pot shotting and moving. It was as if like they just disregarded it, but there was some fucking mental judge. Well, they sent one judge away.
It was that was 𝗟𝗧𝗪 and
Howie. The judge was called Howie.
Howie was he?
Was it? Just like relieved of his duties. Basically, you're no
I mean,
good enough for these main events because you've got to fuck on here.
That was mental, buddy. Get out of here. Giving 𝗟𝗧𝗪 all 3 rounds.
Tafa. It was Tafa versus 𝗟𝗧𝗪, wasn't it?
No, it was 𝗟𝗧𝗪 against
Rosenstrike. Oh, I saw it. It was
Tafa. He screamed with a heel hook.
That's right.
And then he slapped.
Was it Johnny Walker's brother?
Aye.
I was out for that one. I missed that one.
What ones did you miss, Greg? Because you were like a wee dug in the back of the car.
Just the main event. I was nodding off, but I still made it out.
You did? We ended up going out after this.
But did you fall asleep, Ross, through the Casey O'Neill fight?
Actually watched that one.
We did.
I did watch that one.
The first one we watched, wasn't it?
Aye, we sort of got there.
She started doing the breakdancing.
The fight was shit, man. It was terrible. Put me to sleep. It did, man.
Aye, it wasn't.
Nearly ruined our night.
Aye. I was lying on my side like,
this is shit. It was an actual pretty good card. Like from top to bottom, it was a good card. There was some big fights.
Dan Hooker was good.
Dan Hooker's a savage.
Like Dan Hooker, man.
He's just a guy that loves a scrap.
Aye.
His game is fuck.
I love Dan Hooker.
I think because people don't really like Gamrot's style, and they're just everybody was rooting for Hooker that
But
one.
I thought Gamrot was good too.
But that's the thing. Hooker's one of these guys where you want him to win because he's a fan favourite because he just leaves everything in there. Blood pissing
number
through his
5 in the rankings now, so
you could get the tiny one.
Khalil Roundtree has got a title shot for being 8. Strickland was like 7.
Jamal's taking it bad.
Isn't he half?
Seen any of his posts?
I've seen this, and he's going after him. But then I was thinking the same. Did it not work that way? Jamal Hill jumped the queue. Remember
the VAW jump?
Aye, so I'm
part for you, bro.
so I'm like, I get you're going to give a guy like Khalil Roundtree, a title shot. The guy's exciting. The guy always fucking looks like he's a psychopath, and he's one more punch away from killing somebody. Why would you not want to see him fight MD?
I think Khalil's going to win.
You think so?
I do.
I think he could win.
Just with that sheer power?
I think he's
Somebody's
going to
getting
win.
knocked out, man.
Do you know what's it? I watched Chael Sonnen do a breakdown on it today, and he was like, if you think Khalil can't beat Pereira, you don't know what you're talking about. He's like, go and watch Khalil's fights. He does his best striking when someone is attacking him with a lot of strikes. And I sat and watched a bit of stuff, and I was like, it's 100% true.
What card's that on?
306, is it?
Is
that no Salt Lake City?
It is, it's Salt Lake City.
That's the German album, I'm sorry.
They just released a lot of fights, didn't they? Because there was
basically, it's like, nobody wants Ankalaev to be the champion. That's it.
Do you? I seen Jamal Hill going after Ankalaev as well, like as if he's like, who you asking for a title shot? Like the guy's fucking putting on a beating on everybody as well.
But it was Jamal Hill saying he couldn't come for a title shot because he can't get a fucking visa. And to be fair, Ankalaev doesn't fight a lot.
Why you got to do Jose Aldo like that, man? Fucking hell. Mario Batista's brilliant, man.
Yeah, Jose Aldo's brilliant.
I know, but
it's the King of Rio, bro. I know, mate. It's good though.
Who's Sterling got? Who's that fighting now?
Who's Sterling?
Evlov, that's a good one. It's a good grapple match.
They should be up high on that fight. That's a good card, a very good card. Aye. Look at the size of Buckley in that picture, man. What are you feeding that boy? Oh, you fucker, I've just jizzed all in myself.
Nothing worse, by the way.
You got a wee napkin, boys?
Some sort of jizz rag.
Did you fucking shake that up, son?
No, I never touched it. What are you trying to blame me for?
Was it a grenade?
Ross, see on the subject of Jamal Hill, tell everybody what, remember the wee exchange with the two guys walking past at Clock Paul at the ADCC?
So we walked past, right? You never...
and the napkins are up.
There's some blue roller here. There's pointing going on. Aye. Two big black dudes walk past us at fucking ADCC, Chris. And they're like, hey, there's Paul Craig. It's the guy who fucked up Jamal. And I went, honestly, I was laughing about it for about 10 minutes, just the way it was like proper.
It was some trip, wasn't it?
American black guy as fuck, just so good. I was like, oh, that was cool. It's the guy who fucked up Jamal.
Maybe a relation.
Oh, shit. What we got here? Just
sure, they've got a relation called Jamal anyway, somewhere down the line, man.
My wife's real, she got ticket money.
Maybe beat up a guy called Jamal at Wet Republic.
Look at this, man. Oh, did we talk about this story on last
I don't know if we did. I brought it. Did we talk about it on the podcast? No.
No, because I don't think it happened yet.
Aye. Right, so you want me to go for it?
Aye, got fucking lead on, because this had the potential to get out of hand fucking rapid.
Well, it was going to.
It went.
Keep 100% of your claim. G4 Claims.
If you've been hurt in a road accident that wasn't your fault, you should really talk to G4 Claims first. Unlike road accident solicitors, we don't charge you for our services, which could see you better off. To keep 100% of your compensation, have a chat with Nicole and the team. You'll be glad you did. Search online for G4 Claims.
Keep 100% of your claim. G4 Claims.
It went 0 to 100 pretty quick.
So we were having a good time. We decided to go to Wet Republic because we heard it's a swinging capital. That was not the reason we went.
Pool water did taste like jizz.
It was like there was more bodily fluids in that pool than fucking in. Yeah. So we end up, we're having a good time. We're dancing, having a few beers. Nothing chaotic. Did we train in the morning? What did we do in the morning? We trained in the morning and then jumped to there. And there was a guy in the.
Bear in mind, it's like 3 in the afternoon. So it's not later in.
There was a guy who was in the pool with his actual hanging medal.
ADCC medal on, Chris.
He's jumping about with a ADCC hat and an ADCC medal in the water. Like pure G. So anyway, we were having a few beers.
Big homie.
Guy walks past me and shoulder rolls me. You know when you stick a shoulder in him and you just whoop. But it wasn't like a bang. If somebody bumps into you, know it, they don't mean it. This guy deliberately had done it. So I turned around and went, what the fuck are you doing? And the guy went, don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me, bro. And then you're like, I know.
I started to walk around because I was like, this is looking fucking bad and Paul can't go down nothing here.
So I pushed him and I went, what the fuck you up to, man? I was like, fucking get yourself to fuck. So the guy comes up and he slaps me in the face. But it was like this, it was a push, and then as he pushes me back, he goes, slaps me in the face. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? So I push him again. Black guy next to him just goes, skadum. Fucking nails him.
Cleans him out.
Just seen this all happening, just fucking banjos him.
Somebody didn't know?
Didn't know him?
What
Just done
happens
it.
is the guy
Goodness of his heart.
So we're obviously in the pool, and the guy falls forward. His specs fly off in there, right? He pulled flat in the pool. So then he tries to pick a fight with these guys. So his mate,
After it's been sparked out?
aye, so he
And
was
the
back up.
security.
The guy was just
Who was he?
approaching.
Was it the
Just
guy
a
with the
band,
medal?
No,
Just a
another
mad
guy.
Brazilian cunt?
I think he was maybe feel like the Middle East.
Morian Ahmed.
Oh.
So he gave Doug a shout out because he was ready to go for it, wasn't he?
Doug was shitting himself. Doug shat it. Doug the thug is now he's just Doug.
So
I got some new Ray-Bans too.
So the guy when he banjos him, his end up loses his specs. So the big man just taxis him, goes up to the bouncers and tell him he was fucking at it, get him to fuck.
Well, they were trying to get the black guy who chinned him, and I was like, right, listen. I was like, guy's a fucking idiot. I'm like, he's bothering the guys. I was like, get him to fuck, and they just like ragged him out, mate. They didn't give a fuck there though, eh?
So the funny thing was, Doogie all week was like, a guy slapped you, and I was like, he didn't fucking slap me. He's like, a guy slapped you, and you
Hit
done
you with
nothing.
the South Park one?
Aye,
It was weird, eh? I was like, even when I saw it, I was like, what's he done there?
The Tafa? You got the Tafa, man?
He just sort of went
it was like a push, and then went like,
like almost like he just put his hand, like cupped his chin. It was fucking weird.
aye.
You should have bought it, scoot it out, man.
Fucking nod.
Oh my God, then.
It was too deep.
Too
I would have
deep,
been but you might have seen this.
Was it in the water?
It was in the water.
We're in the water, mate.
See when he
Was
falls.
it the side of the
See,
pool?
no, see when he falls in the water, he like fucking belly flops. Whoa, hits it.
It'd be funny if he didn't, man.
So then, like, so I don't want the guy to get flung out because I don't want to waste MD's night. I'm like, listen, because he was going to pick a fight with these guys, and I was like, listen, mate, just leave it. You've taken your medicine. Like, you're going to end up getting thrown out. Just leave it. And then, sure enough, bouncers like boom, boom, pull him out.
Did they fuck about there? Like the security there weren't giving a fuck. They were just like, oh, you messing about, eh? Get out.
So then we end up going up to the bar after this because it's starting closing time, and meet this guy.
The two guys from California.
Aye, two.
Aye, they were cool. Like,
So just two guys, and they were like, "Oh, Paul, we're a fan. Can we get some pictures?" Had a few pictures with them. Guy had a pair of them like, who's the fighter thing?
I know who you mean, but he had like the proper
Clay
fucking,
Weeder.
aye,
Looked
big
like Clay
fuck off
Weeder.
long perm and that. Guy was like maybe.
So then they start buying his like $70 shots, like a tequila, like this big white bottle, and you ding it when you get. Have you seen it before?
No.
So it's like a.
You see all the DJs drinking them.
it's
I
like a
can't
big
remember what
fancy-
they're
I
called.
don't know what it's called, but it's like a say it's like a 70-year-old whiskey or whatever it is. So and then once you have the shot, you bang the top of it, and it bing.
Whiskey, tequila?
Tequila, sorry. This guy's getting me absolutely fucked up. So I was absolutely wasted at this point. And then you checking out this tequila?
Aye,
It's
that's
this guy.
it, yeah.
What is it?
They all drink that
Was it a
one.
dildo?
Claus Azul.
Hope it was used in something else.
So the top of it's like a big bell, bing. So we end up, but I think we go back to the room and then we start the whole carry on. You know when you've had too many drinks and you start wrestling folk.
Aye.
Oh,
And then I was like,
Is that when you were in bed? And did they jump in bed to you?
I was burnt to fuck, eh? Like burnt to how I was bad. Like honestly, so badly sunburnt. And I was like, look, I'm fucked up.
That's what it looks like. You're in bed sleeping and they've come in.
That's kind of what happened.
Jumped into bed.
I think
That's
that was a different night.
No, that was that night.
It was that night, and then
Aye.
we were just like, if you go to bed now, you'll not make it out. So we end up all
I'm not wanting to go out.
And then, where did we end up that night?
I think you just went to that old Reds, eh?
Did we? Can't remember. We end up partying anyway, and then like,
Did you go to Lucky Day? No? You
of
going?
course I went to Lucky Day, mate. I could not, but there was a point where
I'm
like,
sure fucking Gary sent me a picture for your Lucky Day or some shit like that.
so I end up
Boy in the
having, like,
wheelchair
a
outside
sort
it,
of a
mind him.
bitch.
I was like,
Oh,
that
it was
fentanyl,
absolutely
that
honky
fent
tonk, man.
is dead.
So he was obviously a homeless guy, but he had a fucking rancid smell to him, man, like really pissy smell.
I seen him the next day. He wasn't dead.
Yeah, that's good then.
Wasn't far off it, but
But we had
Probably
we
for
had-
the best if
We
he
went
was.
for a Panda Express, so I got a Panda Express. So I had all the booze, and then put a Panda Express on top, and then I was like, "Oh man, I feel horrible." Obviously, it was to do with alcohol poisoning as well. And
What's
then
Panda Express Chinese?
it's like a Chinese, but it was disgusting. I ended up having to like spew in a bin in one of the casinos, like spewed oil in this bin, and then we start boozing again in Old Reds and start busting some line dancing. You might have seen my moves, Chris.
You have a cowboy hat.
I wasn't doing this, just so you didn't think I was like away.
No, it was me.
I went to Old Red once and I had 2 Heineken Zeros.
So then
the non-alcoholic.
The next day, so this is a Wednesday night. The Thursday morning we had stuff to do for the Anaconda. We were doing the wheel spin, all this kind of stuff.
Like that,
and so I do all the meet and greets, do the spinning of the wheels. We give away all the prizes.
I looked after the queue, mate. Made sure security was.
You done your security job.
So we had done that, and that was about an hour. And I'm like, I was talking to like Luke, and I was like, give me a second, I need to go. I just had to. So I'm in the toilet, right? And I was like, I need the toilet. I just had to go to the toilet. Didn't even, like, I just sat in the toilet pan and just went.
Just rough as fuck.
Aye. Just like one of the moments where everything was just like, oh, why the fuck, why did I do this? So then we go home.
In the footage, to be fair.
We go home, and then we decide to fucking start boozing again. And I'm like, the fuck. So I literally started boozing the Monday and didn't stop until we get home.
When we had the wee tidy up time, it was disgusting.
It was
like, and that's somebody who works in a nightclub.
What did you? I don't know if you listened. I don't know if you listened to last week's podcast. Did you hear the story about my man G?
No.
Right. So if you haven't listened to last week's podcast, I'll run through it again. So we end up getting tickets to go and see the Contender Series, and Gary jumps into a shop first. He goes into like a cannabis shop, and he ends up like spending all this money. He buys like fucking buds, he buys vapes, he buys
mushrooms.
The cereal cone things and that as well.
He had everything, right? He basically, imagine.
It was like Fear and Loathing. He had a fucking briefcase.
He had like a wee satchel, right? A wee homo satchel full of drugs. And
did you just say homo satchel?
Aye.
I like that. I'm gonna use that.
I'm gonna use that. So he comes out the shop, rips them open, and then blamos 5 of these fucking edibles. And I was like, oh, they've got like 5 milligrams of THC in them, not including the cannabis. So it's also got cannabis plus 5 milligrams of THC.
Before Dana White's?
Before Dana White's, right? He gobs 5 of them, right? It was mushroom capsules. And he's like, aye, it's got mushrooms in it as well. So he had like 25 milligrams of fucking THC, and then he had like 200 micrograms of mushrooms. The big man was riding a storm, honestly. We
he did it again a few nights later too. He was just like like this. Like
he was sitting on Dana White's he was like this. Like every fight. And then I was like to him, so I leaned over to him and go, Gary. And he's like, what is it? And I was like, you got my back if Joe Pfeiffer comes at me? And he's like, aye. So then he spent the next 5 minutes looking for Joe Pfeiffer, and he's like, where is he? And I was like, who? And he went, Joe Pfeiffer. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's not here. He's like, why did you tell me to get your back in?
Tell him what he said when you just went through the buffet bit. This is the best bit. I just about fell on the floor, eh?
What did he say?
Saw it on the screen.
Oh,
so bear in mind, he's at the event.
He's at the event, and he's like, Paul. I was like, what is it? And he goes, is this live? Sorry. What do you mean live? And he went, is this live? And I was like, aye, it's actually happening right now, mate. Like, this is actually running right now. I get it, man. When you take that much drugs, but as well as fucking ripping that pipe as well.
Oh,
Big man was high as fuck.
Pipe. Mate, such a good comeback.
That's what a free spirit.
Was there no sweating in his jeans and his cowboy
Was
boots?
he, mate? A guy like Gary Thompson does not sweat.
He had the Daisy Dukes on at one point, like.
He did.
The jean shorts?
He did.
He fucking did. But do you know what?
He's such a good guy, isn't he?
That's what I said to Greg. I've probably never met someone who I've got more opposite opinions for, and I like him so much. Like everything I think, he thinks pretty much the complete opposite, and I'm like,
well, Ross, there's a lot of people that probably think that about you.
Mate. Everyone thinks what I think. I just say it, and they don't.
He was, but no, he had a great time. I had a great time with him.
He's a great guy.
As I said, he's one of my like oldest pals of 2 years. Went to primary school together. Grew up in the same area, but yeah, I love hanging about with him.
Aye,
because you never know what you're getting with him.
He come out his room one more. Hey, were we jogging and just got back in or something? And he just fucking come out the room like just pure Walking Dead, and he just like looked about. I was like, "Are you all right, mate?"
We drank. That was the night we had partied all day and went out at night, and like the 2 years were hanging like a bag of washing.
And he was just like, just the water, mate. I was like, just wait there, mate. I'll get you water. He's like, just go and piss you. Just the fucking way back to his bed. And then he was like, leave the door open when he lets some air in.
I've seen you seeing Marcus and that.
I did, I met, like, so I was up talking to Marius,
Guy that
beat me.
blocked you.
Aye. So, like, Cracking Guide's one of the top referees for ADCC. Great BJJ practitioner. He was just telling me he's retired within the last couple of months.
Doesn't take no shit though.
No, he doesn't.
Can he though? When you're the man in the middle,
Aye.
Got to be that way.
So
Action.
I'm talking to him and I'm like, I'm aware there's a guy standing next to him. It's fucking Marcos. I was like, Marcos, I didn't even know you. And he's like, yeah, man, how are you? Like, he's got this like weird American English, American Scottish accent, Brazilian. Like, it's fucking.
That's got bad, you know.
So I'm like, oh, how are you, Marcos? And he's like, yeah, man, how are you? And I was like, oh, last fight, you know. Didn't go my way in the fight before that. Didn't go my way also. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm watching it. Your face is looking a little bit beat up. And I was like, I'm like,
The fight was like a year ago.
I'm like, I've no fought in about fucking 3 months, Marcos. And he's like, yeah, you're losing your looks, man. And I was like, Marcos.
He's got a dry humour, and
I'm like, Marcos. I'm like, there's about to be a fucking the next fight.
What about the? Did you watch Big Mark? Obviously, you were there at the event.
We didn't see him. He ended up tearing his hamstring. Was it? Well, I was talking to Marcos. He ended up tearing his hamstring
during the match.
The first moment he grabs him.
Really?
Aye.
Big guys though.
That's it. When you've got that much fucking mass, and then you ended up. So the only thing, like, it's part of this sport. Sometimes you pick up injuries. Sometimes it's a niggle that maybe he got like 2 weeks ago, and he's not really noticed. And then all of a sudden, as soon as he puts any sort of,
it's not just that though. Like, it's a long flight over. You're sitting hunched up. It's a fucking big guy.
Right.
Like, what were we like the first month? So we like landed, went to bed, got straight up, went run. I was fucked. I was like, this is awful. And then went over to PI, done a bit, felt a bit better, and then like
the best thing was Greg hallucinating and fucking losing his way. Greg couldn't
got
have
lost.
run. What time was that you went out at?
You went for a wee sleep maybe about 4 o'clock, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll go a run. I lasted about 16.
You can't go outside in that
16
heat.
minutes, and I was fucking disorientated. I had to jump into 7-Eleven for a Gatorade.
Just so hot, mate.
Too hot, mate. I was like, this is fucking.
Did you partake in any Eddies or that? No,
Nah, mate.
The two of them were good, especially.
I nearly see that night we went to Old Reds and was chilling, and I was just like,
this is what I've said to people have asked me. Obviously, like, over there's so much to do that you don't need to go and party. Like, you really don't. Obviously, it has that name about it, Vegas, but so much to do.
What about the Gabby Garcia fight? Did you see that?
we watched the weigh-in and stuff like that. So what do you think the CGI?
She with the braids though, would you bang her?
Mate, I'd fucking dare with a skinhead.
I think I would.
I couldn't give a fuck.
So I seen her grapple, I'm like, that's another lady.
Man, she's rough. She's rough as toast.
I think the two of them are funny though, aren't they? Craig Jones is funny, man.
It's between Gabby and Peaches for me. Craig Jones is funny as fuck.
We ended up in that gay bar karaoke bar again.
Cat's meow.
It's fucking brilliant, wasn't it?
Oh, mate, you'd left the last time.
Dr. Thug was raging.
Home.
I've not been in a gay bar in my life.
It's good, like.
That was brilliant.
It's a good boozer.
Dr. Thug was not happy because we were in this gay bar, and he was like, this is shite. We can't even sing. And I was like, what are you expecting? It's a karaoke bar.
I was like, don't worry, Doug. No one's going to come up to you, buddy. You know what I mean?
Then he sang at least.
Nah.
No. I thought you and Gary Thompson were going to go for it. Like,
fucking Electric Six gay bar.
To the gay bar.
I don't know if that one's on their menu, to be fair.
It was a crackhead karaoke though, wasn't it?
Oh, that one was
a few crackheads.
Fuck, one of the barmaids was a crackhead, mate. Should have seen her full on. Like, she walked past and I saw her face and I was like, ooh.
I was trying to work out if she was a guy or not.
She was definitely the wee blonde one with the black teeth. Because she like smiled and then it fucking teeth like a Dunfermline scarf. I was like, oh yeah, I can't. I had to look away. That was awful.
One of the bars, man.
But we had a good trip. Shot some guns. We went to arcade.
That was quality. It was trippy.
Aye.
That was good.
The Sphere was a highlight for me.
We'll tag in we went and seen this light show.
Aye.
We didn't know what it was. We went and seen a light show.
In the Sphere?
No, just like
in this fucking
in an
area,
arcade.
Area 15 it's called. I'd taken the kids a few weeks before.
Aye, we used to. We're sitting on the couch, that thing.
Aye, tag it in. So it's like, it's just lights and there's a point and you're looking into a mirror and it was just me and Greg sitting in this seat and I'm like, how far can you see? And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, how far can you see? Like how many mirrors can you go in?
You were getting getting a bit spaced at that point.
was.
Like,
I remember when I moved my hands just as the lights came down. You were fucking mesmerised.
He went like this. He went, and just as he done that, the lights moved, and I went, "Do you just move your lights?" And then he done it again. He kept doing it. I'm like, "You have to stop moving the lights, mate." But it was really cool. Even if you were not intoxicated, you were still getting a bit trippy, wasn't it?
You know that Ewan McGregor does that in the airport, like automatic doors, not sliding doors. He does that.
The force.
Like he's like, I just did it for myself, really. It's like, and me, I'm like, that's fine. Imagine you're like, fuck, that's Ewan McGregor. He's not seen you, and then you just see him
He's
doing
just
that.
doing that.
Oh my
He's just
God.
opened up the door. That's quality.
Aye, so we need to get another wee Vegas trip. Yeah.
That was good. It's just that I like it over there. Eh? Like it's just a nice and although the like Fent Heeds was the worst it's been.
No,
it wasn't his.
The worst it was. So, can you remember a few weeks ago I was moaning about the tips? I was moaning about the tipping.
Aye.
Right, so I'm in a bar buying a couple of rounds, and I wasn't tipping every single time. Maybe I'd be $10 tip here, giving the 20% the next time. So it was like maybe like $70 for like a round of like
Beers?
5 beers or something like that, right? So it's expensive. Having to tip an extra 20% on top. So I was like, no, you're getting $10. Hand it to the girl, and she's like,
She chinned you for
she
buying
chinned me
them?
for it. She's like,
Worse.
No, she's like, you didn't tip me. And I says, I did. And she was like, no, you didn't. And then she went, you're cut off. And I said, what? And she's like, you're cut off. Like, yes, silly fuck. Hey, you're not getting fucking nothing.
But
right?
you offered her 10?
Aye,
And it was
no.
nae
She
enough?
took it 10. She took it 10. But I should have gave her like fucking 20.
We had an Uber driver almost got fucking swung on too. Like
So then she cuts me off, and then I go up to get a next round, and I go to another girl comes to me, and I serve her, and I said, that lassie shouts over, he's cut off, like, who the fuck are you? He never tipped. And I'm like, I've been tipping all night, you fucking slapper. I'm going to jump this bar and say about every one of these. So then I had to run down the stairs in this old red, which is like 4 floors, and I'm like, she ain't winning, I'm winning. Run all the way down and get booze, and then
Something to serve you.
come up like this, come up like I was the king, open, like get the elevator up, like, yeah, fucking beers. Thought I was the man.
That's what I did, and Andy was like, I just want a water Midwest and look at the guy as you're filling up with Diet Coke.
mate, there used to be a Chinese I'd go to, and you went the same bit for takeaway as like you just went in and ordered your food, and then you sat down and they number, and I would just wait till it, like go in, order a chips, wait till I seen somebody like 2 big bags. That's mine, buddy. See you later. I'd stay all the time.
I found you told me
It's like a fucking, what do you call it? Like you don't know.
It could be in
Like
it.
a
Aye, it was
surprise you
like,
open up with.
oh.
a lucky bag. He told me some stories and just let me a little bit into his life, and I was like, whoa, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, really bad. Like,
Boss,
aye.
you can't be doing that, son.
I know.
You can't be doing that.
What one did the car one?
What was the car one?
With her with the car. That one. No, I'm not.
No,
telling
no,
on the
that was
podcast.
alright. That was alright.
All right, that was an alright one.
That was alright one. That was like I expect that for you, mate.
Aye, that was alright.
Expect that.
But no, it was a good time. Like I say, there was a lot more when we were out in the morning. Just fucking junkies lying fucked on the pavements and that. I didn't really remember that the last time.
But that's why, like, on the strip, they'll move them along. So if there are people just lying about, they'll try and move them along as best as they can. Whereas when we were staying, we were like what, 17 minutes out from the strip. So now they can just fucking lie about and do what they want.
And it is hard to see when you hear like podcasts. So I think you said they're talking about on Theo Von, like the homeless thing or you'd hear them talking about it on Rogan and stuff, the homeless thing. You didn't really realise how bad, and that's it, a place where it's no bad. So think about what it must be like in fucking LA with these tents. Have you ever seen there's like the documentary and they're taking all the tents and fucking just putting them in the bin lorry and that. You just think, fuck, it is an amazing, America I think is a brilliant place, but it's also a very fucking dark place. And it's got such great things about it, but the opposite side of the coin is fucking
Right, it's dark.
pure horror, eh?
We had to have a word with Greg. Done me dirty. Imagine one of your mates going up and asking a guy that's fucking battered you for a picture.
I've seen that, mate. That's why I didn't like it.
Fucking out
I was
order,
going to
mate.
write something under it, man. Like,
I saw him doing it and I was just like, ooh.
Out order, Greg.
I did avoid one. I forgot.
Aye, he was like, he didn't want a picture with Kyle Barallo, but he was like,
Big Cal was kicking about, and I was like, nah, fuck him. And then I completely forgot that you had also thought
Khalil's a bit of a prick as well, no?
He was being quite sound in the gym. They had the gloves they're going to wear for the Sphere, so they're like gold. I think there might be a secret, but they're gold, and the UFC's the Mexico flag.
Is that what one they're on? They're on that card?
No, I don't think Khalil is, but
Salt Lake City.
he was getting a look at them and trying them on and that, and I was like, oh, I'm going to go and have a wee look at these, eh? So he was being quite a nice guy in the gym, but he's just got a big fight, mate. He's signed money. It just popped up on our social media actually when we walked in and seen him. So he's obviously going to be in a good mood. He's just made a lot of money, or and he's probably getting a lot of messages like, hey, fucking big fight. But like I say, mate, I do think he'll win, eh?
I also got a message from Greg and Ross saying, Greg said, I think I met Ankalaev. I said, Ankalaev kind of...
I've done Greg a bit dirty here, to be fair.
Ankalaev...
You thought it was him.
I did it first.
I said, Ankalaev can't get in the country. I went, he's not got a visa. He sends me this picture, man. It was like fucking if you order Ankalaev off Wish. He was this wee tiny guy.
No,
that's not Ankalaev.
What happened was he was sitting on a stool, so you couldn't tell, right? So Ross, I'm like, well, I'll go and get a picture. It's like, fuck it, I will. And then he stood up after the stool and be like, oh no, he's 6'3".
Just a wee fella, eh?
He's a wee guy. I'm like, that's not him.
Wait,
Still had to do that. Like, we fucked up.
Did you find out who he was?
Just probably his nephew or something, eh?
Well, he had the ears and all that. He was definitely a fighter.
Have you ever seen the film Game Night?
Game Night? Is this the one with Steve Carell?
No.
Is it the Jason Bateman?
Jason Bateman. Mm-hmm. Well, the glasses like that are man that I've been with one guy before I met you, not. It's like, who? It's like, he's famous and all. It's like Denzel Washington. And it just shows him I've got a picture of him and all that, and it's just this black guy with this big nose, and the guy's just laughing his ass off. So that ain't Denzel. It's so funny, man. You need to watch it. It's hilarious.
I had actually finished my book, because I'd left one chapter for the plane ride home. It was Shutter Island. It's exactly the same as the movie. It's very good, but it's a fun book. And then I started watching Shutter Island this morning.
That's
a film, it's so fucking.
It's one of my favourite films, man. Easily.
I watched Remember the Titans on the plane home to Denzel, man.
You want to do it now?
What about?
Will we do one of them?
I just think they showed me this when you come in.
Aye.
Let me bring it over.
Hey, we've not seen this. I don't know.
So I got a wee gift sent to me, and I thought it'd be cool to put up on the shelf, because I think it kind of fits in with what we like. If you got something to hide it,
you put Ahmed's sunglasses.
Hold on, I'll give you this t-shirt over, right? I'll give you
a trophy.
They're in my motor.
Aye, fucking right. It's like a trophy.
Aye. So
Dunham. Well, big homie Dunham. we did fuck all.
Aye, you all shat it. We went.
Doug absolutely shat it.
Imagine telling like President Trump that taking coke, you're like an owl.
I'm just out on my front porch. I've got that for when I'm cutting weight at the morning.
Hey, you want to see this?
Hey, go on.
Let me see if I can do it in its glory.
What's it wrapped in?
It's just that t-shirt that I used to clean myself. Limited edition.
Let me see. Turn it on.
That's cool. A bottle of gin. It's like one of 500, which is kind of cool, man. I think it fits in with us, doesn't it, man?
Fucking right.
That's
fucking
quality.
right. So there's a wee bottle of gin. Maybe one day we'll fucking absolutely blammo it.
And here, if
Might find a wee place for it.
We'll do a watch.
You like that, Craig, don't you?
We'll do a watch along in here one night, and we'll just fucking spark it.
So we've got a new member of the team, haven't we?
Yes.
We've got young Craig who had done a few different podcast ways before, but
he's been involved.
He's now
We're familiar with him.
Full time.
He's now a member of the G4 team.
Aye. He's been offered a shot and he's took it.
Right. You want a shot at the title?
Who's a big Lewis? Is it? Was it Lewis?
Big Lewis.
Lewis finishes next week.
Next week. Did you see the stuff about Strickland? Do you speak about that?
What was
Tiki?
I've no.
I know it's a touchy subject.
I've seen it, but
I think it's obviously he's gone after
he took it down though.
a fighter and a manager that was basically fucking
Accused of sexual assault.
But TK is like, he's very good close friends with Dana, which is...
Who's TK?
Can he find nothing about?
Can you fire up a picture?
You can try.
He's a
but you'll
manager.
not find one.
You will. He's a manager, but he's thinking about with Rampage Jackson. He was in the Ultimate Fighter and stuff like that.
This is what.
Oh, I know that guy.
This is what.
So what's
Strickland was saying?
He's been doing a bit of the nonsense.
Been accused. A person has said. So this is where Sean Strickland was like, I have to really watch what I say. He's like, I'm only repeating something I was told. Who says she was a victim of him?
by the daughter and the dad, but another 5 lasses have came forward and all.
Is that right? Aye, more girls.
Right. So he's like basically saying, so this TK guy's going to sue Sean.
Aye.
So then he's brought
Because
this
it's
up.
like defamation of
so
character.
Yeah. So if you sue me now, I'm going to go to
I'm going to run
this.
it. I'm going to run it.
This guy is like proper best pals with Dana. I'm like, that's no probably a good thing.
Put a
thing
lot
to
of
do.
thought into the video. And what I'm saying is not.
I think it's a good thing to do, but it's risky.
Aye, so he's
It's a
saying he
career
can't
killer.
prove any of it.
But it's the
This
right thing to do.
is An allegation. It may or may not be true. Is
So
what
I
he's saying.
think he's wanting.
He's wanting to go to.
So if
sued.
he doesn't want him to sue him, so if he sues him, then he's got to just bring all this shit up and go the full hill with it, man.
Here's the thing: would you roll the dice?
Yes.
Would you?
100%.
Ah, man.
If the guy's like, I'm suing you, then probably aye.
Aye, like, would you roll the dice bet if you're Taffy? What's his name?
TK.
TK.
Well,
Would you roll the dice?
Well,
and be
the
like,
American
Oh man.
the American system's very different to ours.
I
So
would try and put a wet blanket out that quick rapid, man.
they're
I don't want any other skeletons coming out here.
That's it.
they're very like compared to so we have quite a big plea deal culture here as well in court, but theirs is fucking massive. So only something like 10% of trials in America actually go to trial. The majority of people just take, so like you go up in front of the judge, plead guilty and we'll give you fucking 5 years right now, run this to trial and lose, you're going to fucking end up a lifer. Aye. So aye, whereas here you'll offer a plea deal and they might go, nah, we think the fucking case is pretty strong, we're trying to hit you with a harder.
So they're saying this lassie's like she's married now. She's like, but they're happy. To,
And the dad
if they want to bring it
especially,
forward, then-
the dad is like, I'm fucking glad someone's got behind it. Not one.
What's this?
Not one really.
So the TKA group have agreed to give out 33 million or 330.
No, that's for the.
a lawsuit against judges.
That's for paying.
What's this
anyway.
way?
So that was for the UFC, the antitrust lawsuit, where it gets settled out of court. But basically, the judge that was sort of presiding over the cases rejected the settlement. He doesn't think it's good enough. So
He says it's
there's
too
a chance
low.
It's actually going to go ahead. And
But this is a different thing.
So is this the court case that I'm going to get some money for?
Well, you might.
I
Aye.
believe that you are involved in it, I think, aye. That's how we brought it up, yeah.
Fucking yeah.
But that's very
Going to
unusual.
Vegas after your fight, Chris?
Aye.
Fucking
Never mind a wee slice of that 262 mil, man.
I know, like, even if you get a wee tickle it, because Stevie Ray was...
Like, it's going to go up a lot more than that.
so Stevie Ray was asking about it, because Stevie Ray's like... Because we were speaking about it, and I said to him, I got actual court papers. Like, I got actual sent the stuff that I should have been sent. And I said to him, did you receive it? And he said, no. And I was like, sucks to be you, mate. Thanks.
He's got to try and look into that, though, innit?
Oh, he doesn't. But I think you had to be and have fought in America up until a certain date, and after that date, when he brought in like the new matchmakers and all that kind of stuff, anything after that time, it doesn't count.
It's a weird one, especially where obviously it's a publicly fucking traded company now. So Dana, this is the thing as well. Dana can't say the stuff he used to say. You can't say things knowing that it's going to affect your stock or share price. So that's why he's not able to just be he's still being quite
Especially, he
brash.
doesn't really seem to have changed.
I think he's definitely he's definitely
He's just interested in like social media guys now.
Yeah.
All he wants to do is hang about with these fucking wee plebs.
Nelk boys and that.
There
Or
was
that who he brings in for the pressers. That's all his own, like, sort of hand-picked people.
Oh, of course.
I think we spoke about that last time, didn't we? Where it's like he's getting home runs, he's getting softballs rather than guys are like challenging him. And I get it, he wants to be the guy.
But again, like, maybe he knows himself. If he gets asked the wrong question, he might fucking
I think he likes John Jones.
Jinx so?
I think.
I don't know, mate.
What about
Has he said it in a bit?
Tom's video? What about Tom's,
Tom's
video?
video is so good.
Tom's going hard on
Do
him.
you watch the video?
John, you in here?
See when he's getting the massage and his face is under it and he slides under? The best bit of the video, man.
Mate.
Jumps in the pool and all that. John!
Right.
Funny because it's no pure ruthless, but it's still funny and you're still going after him.
I think it's our type of humour as well. That's our type of thing.
Look, he never ever gets it. He never gets that fight. John Jones
He's still got a fight. Like, Jones has still got a fight coming up. So it's Well, even though Tom's wanting to fight, he's not going to get it there now because he's still got to fight in November.
No.
So
It'd be cool for your legacy if you're a fighter and you want to fight the best there ever been and the best. Like, he's the greatest of all time.
What age is he? 38?
37.
He was at ADCC.
Was he? You see Jones?
Didn't you see him?
No.
Wasn't he there at the same time?
Who did we see?
He came at the.
Because
Gordon Ryan.
Aye.
I saw Jake Shields. He walked past, and I was like, because I didn't really like ask anybody for pictures, and I saw Jake Shields, and I was like, oh yeah, can't there's
Jake Shields.
There's Jake Shields, and he like turned round and was just sort of like looking about, and I was like, I'm still not asking him for a picture. Dean Lister was there.
Savage.
Who else was kicking about? There was quite a few people.
There was the guy that was,
No, mate, I know exactly what you're going to say.
Paul took a loss on his record after this guy.
mate, I took about 6 losses and nobody stepped in. Not a fucking person stepped in. So one of the coaches from Alliance had come up and started speaking to me, and I was being like, I'm a friendly guy. I would never be rude to MD deliberately.
Very polite.
And then he starts showing me a guillotine, and I'm like, he's like, so what you want to do is this. And for some reason, the next 5 minutes, I ended up in my fucking...
much longer.
No. I then ended up... I don't know how I ended up in the position, but 5 minutes into this conversation with this guy, I ended up in my fucking guillotine. Like...
This went on for about 20 minutes.
I swear, like, it was fucking... Like, see, where there was a whole match...
Aye. Were you put all that interested? But you
See, the
weren't
thing is,
interested?
somebody said to me, I can't remember who it was, but they went, is Paul alright earlier with that guy? And I went, oh, no, he loves all that, man. He likes interaction and like talking about it. Really, I didn't know he was like fucking...
So we finished, and I'm like, going at them. I was like... We had to actually tell the guy to move.
Aye,
like,
I did say, right,
mate, you've had
your time in the
You've had
booth.
your time. Get to fuck.
Just a coach that wanted to
Just a
fucking-
coach.
Quite
that
a big
wanted to-
following online though, 500,000 followers or something.
No,
it
that
a
was my
different
mistake.
guy.
That
That was
was
his
a totally
mistake.
different guy.
This guy lucky for about fucking 25.
This guy is just a random guy.
Give me followers now if he's puts a video choking you.
Aye, but he was just fucking going to town on me.
He was trying to get you to like,
Some
I'll
guy-
meet up with you later on the day. Like, give
He
me your
did
details.
say, what are you doing later? Fucking nothing that involves you, a freak show.
Right, the guy could be an amazing grappler, right? And I'm not taking away anything for that
He's still a
guy.
weird guy.
Did he want a bit of the beer juice?
If it gave me a bit of the sense that he maybe had some sort of learning difficulty, like not full blown, but like just a wee bit. And
Autism.
I'd have to agree.
aye, he definitely had something right. And he was going to town on my fucking neck, man.
Guy can park anywhere he wants, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu, innit?
Maybe. But he's not even getting hit.
But he's a black belt. He seemed to know his shit. And but the last thing I want to be doing is in my civvies getting fucking choked out half guys, and I was like tap him, and I was just like, I was at Sayre, and I'm like, aye, you're fucking choking me, you dick.
And a massive guy. How funny was it? So there was like a birds grappling match, Chris. What was it, under 66 or something? Every cunt just go up. Just away, get food, go to the toilet, and that's like, oh, it's even here.
No surprise.
I know. It was
I
rough.
feel
Like,
like some MMA.
But no,
foreign
it was
fights, man.
like one of the cool things about the whole experience was to see how popular
aye.
Anaconda is now and is going to grow. See the amount of people it's helped, and it's not just about like, oh, it's a knee brace. It's like changing people's lives. And I know it sounds a bit cheesy, where it's like it's changing people's lives, but there's guys in there who were telling us as we were speaking to them, they're like, without this, I wouldn't be able to actually train, and it's just the confidence, and it's just like the rehabilitation, and I felt like I'd lost my sport through jiu-jitsu and then Anaconda, and it was quite nice to see.
People cutting about all over the place with the stuff on as well. Like,
Did you see the old boy with the fucking old... He had this old scabby knee brace, mate, right? It looked like it'd been passed down about 6 generations. It was like a brown colour, it was like frayed and all this kind of shit. I'm like, this guy, like, fucking get your ass over here and get yourself an Anaconda.
When I was doing the commentary for the ADCC Scotland, like the week before, like most cunts were wearing like the knee brace, like
Were they, aye?
competing.
It's
Scotland.
so popular within the...
did you try the shoulder one yet?
Nah,
Mate,
my
honestly,
shoulder's fucked.
Aye.
Scotland,
You
man.
should definitely get a blast.
I know. I don't think it would suit me for MMA though. No, just the movement. Yeah.
See the fact that it actually just aligns the shoulder rather than leaving it to actually hang. So that's one of the features.
My last spar's on Friday, so I'm at the end anyway. But I'll get
Aye.
I'll get a
At
bash
least
for
you'll
like
get-
drilling or something.
Get a wee bit. Aye, see if somebody overhooks mine, and I'm just like, oh, you fucker. Like I just feel better having it rather than just like all that force coming forward on your shoulder at once. But aye, so your last spar will be Friday, aye.
Friday, aye.
And then what will that be? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Aye. Leave
Guys,
it.
done
sorry,
all.
we're just going to jump over to the Patreon.
Already? And we just go here.
If you're interested in catching up with us, I've got a box full of goodies, and we'll hear about how Chris's camp, or the last few weeks of his camp, what's coming. But guys, leathered, keep it high, stay safe, don't start any fires, and we'll see you on the Patreon. Or we'll
Silly
see you
boys.
next week. Silly boy.